All right, here we are. We're early tonight due to the state of the onion. I want to make sure that I watch that, and I expect you guys to do the same. I'll give my biology lesson another day. Well, I'm working on the spar still, and I haven't done anything off camera to this thing. I've done everything on camera. Tomorrow, I do have another fuel tank I need to lay up. So if you guys are interested in composites, tomorrow I got it. I can't glue this down tonight because I've got to have this bench for the layup tomorrow. I'll do that during the day. Where I make those fuel tanks. Now, let me see here. We need this. Yeah, this is bullshit. I've either got to go to the gym or something. I can't hardly bend over. All right. I'm having a hard time starting airplanes even. Get on the ground and can't get back up. So I'll put this away. Now I've marked out this spar. Let me change camera angles. I've marked out this spar in several locations. I'm not sure you can see with the glare of the light over the top of it. But I put marks where I'm going to cut holes in this. And we're going to see how much we lighten this up. So I need the scale. This spar right now weighs, this is grams, 59 grams, 2.1 ounces. So let's do that. Let's write that down. We're never going to get a 1 ounce spar. I can't get all that out. But we should be able to get down to maybe 1.5 ounces. We'll see. So we need to whack this baby up. So nothing is happening. I can hardly see across the room anymore. Picture and sound are good. Like this channel. Hey, get the picture. Yeah, thanks, Craig. All right. So where these marks are, we're going to drill holes because we're going to hug this puppy out. Now you have to on these spars, you have to be kind of careful where you cut this hole at because this is where the lead outs slide through. So you have to think all that before you start monkeying. 59 grams, 2 ounces is what our wing weighs so far. Yeah, I'm on early tonight because State of the Union. All right, so that marks it on the backside. This, don't worry, that line's not in the center. That was a different drawing. So I can either use a Forstner bit, which I'm going to try, or I can use these bits, but we're going to drill it from both sides so I don't get any splinters, because all this needs to be sanded. Forstner bits. Yep, I've gotta make some more damn tanks. Shit. But that's all right. Okay, we got, this is quarter here, I think. That's too small. Too small. Let's try this other one. That should be good there. That should be good there. God, I hope it don't split. I hope she don't split. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do here? Yeah, this one here is probably the right size. Let's do the other side so I don't have to switch back and forth. Then I'll get a jigsaw and we'll cut the slots. Oh crap. So we want to do this twice here. And this is wood that you can get from the lumber yard. Like I say they used to make these out of yardsticks. So that's 2. Maybe this is good enough for. Let's see. This is the next size is too big. It'll be all right for here. Yeah, be all right for that one. The 2 inside ones, but not here. So we'll just make them the same here. Hope I can find a blade for my jigsaw. Okay, we want to swap and drill these 2. Picked that up in a pawn shop. I think it was 25 bucks. Come on now. There we go. God. Well, I'll get cut out anyway. Because we gotta be the center shit. Okay. Well, you can see that making this spar is not very complicated. It's just time consuming. Hope this works here. It's off a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're just gonna run this through because this side gets cut all the way through. So okay. You guys like the new look of the form? It runs much better. I open it up to guest browsing again because I got the bots under control. If you're running an old version of Chrome, you might not be able to get on. There we go. damn drill bits. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing here? We're going to draw the lines between them and then get the jigsaw and cut it out. Then we got to sand it smooth inside. That's the biggest thing, is to get this sanded smooth inside, get all the roughs off of it so it doesn't break. Oh, crap. That's close enough. So I probably got 3 hours in making this spar anyway. After it's all said and done. Now you can do it like they show you in the kit, with a laminated piece of 1/4 inch or 3/8, and then have doublers and all that stuff in the middle. It's not. I don't believe it's as strong as this. I don't think it's as light as this either. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now we're going to get this all together, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've done it many times. In order to get the lead out swing, especially where I placed this spar, I'm going to have to cut this apart at the tip. Well, that's why the end rib is solid. It's not a strip rib like the rest of them. That holds it all together. And after I sew this wing together with Kevlar thread, which I've shown, it makes it incredibly strong. Okay, we got all the lines on there. Let me get my saw. Maybe. Oh, here it is. Here's the saw. Now we need a blade. Don't tell me I don't have no blades. I'm coming. Well, I ain't got no damn blade. So we gotta do it a different way. Oh, there's a blade right there. I thought I was gonna have to use my multi-tool. But we're getting it cut today, so it don't matter. Maybe a multi-blade would be better. Let's try that. Let's try that. We'll try it and see what happens. I don't know. This is going to be more difficult than I thought. Let me get another blade, a different blade. This shit's heavy. Heavy. Well, they're not in that one. And they're not in that one. They're not in that one. Not in that one. Come on. It's going to be the last drawer I look in, probably. The last drawer on the list. Or maybe we're not using multi-blades, a new blade. Huh. Maybe we're not going to use a different blade. I had a whole box of them. What the hell did I do with them? Nope. Shit. Well, I know they're here somewhere, but we're not going to look for them. We're just going to carry on with what we got, even though it's going to be difficult. Got to keep the show going. So I can either cut it with that or cut it with this. Back the other way. Ain't got enough room. There we are. Whew, that's tough. That was tough. We only got 5 more to go. I'll sit in front of the TV and carve on this until I hit the line. I mean, it's close, but it needs to be sanded. Let's see, we got a half hour. There we go. There it is. One side down here in a second. You know what? No. I'd rather have it go slower than that, but. That was tough. That was tough. Now, what do I do with the knife here? There it is. Now we can take a knife and whittle on it. Whittle, sand, whatever it takes. And before like I say, tomorrow I have to make a tank. Lay up a tank and plumb one. So that'll be the video for the day. If you want to see how I make the carbon tanks, which it's only going to take an hour to do the video, but I can't work on this until I get all that tank business done because I need this table here. Can't work on the airplane till I get the tank done. 2 tanks. And send them out this week, maybe. Been kind of preoccupied with the forum. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Let's see. Let's get this stick here. It's not really a stick, it's my ruler. Mhm. You're gonna do this spar, make sure that you do what I'm doing here, because if you don't sand it smooth and clean, it will break. Your airplane's got to look just as good inside as it does outside, especially on these kind of beams. Let's see, we had 59 grams. Let's see how much we took off with those two things. We're already down a bunch. Unit, pound, down 53, so we took 6 off, quarter ounce. So we're going to get a half ounce out of this thing. You can use your Dremel in here too, but I just normally just use a piece, a stick with 80 grit on it. But to go around the corners, we'll do Dremel. State of the onion is bad. Okay, well, let's try the jigsaw on this one. We'll try the jigsaw on this one. Kind of wish now to use the both of them. This works better. We're gonna have to go this way on this one. last one's going to be tricky. Because I can't get into that. And I have to cut it left-handed, I guess. Let's see here. Can I do it? Not really. I have to do it from the other side, so I guess I could mark it. We'll mark it. Ooh, nothing like a squirrely cut there. But it'll all sand straight. Wow, really got squirrely. Don't matter. The spar is not as critical at the tip as it is in the center. See, I had my line went a little walk-sided, but I'll straighten it up with sandpaper. Let's see how much it's down to now. I've made these as little as an ounce, but this one's not going to be an ounce. It's going to be an ounce and a half, at least. 49 grams. So 1.7. 1.7. That's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but we'll have to make the weight up somewhere else. So I will whittle on this thing and sand it till it's an ounce and a half. Wait a minute, steady onion. Let's see what the chat says. It says, new format's great, great. Glad you like it. It cost a lot of money. Okay. Now, I got some carbon toe that I could CA on top of this. You know, I've been doing this. I've been doing this for, you know, a long time, and I always made them without carbon toe. I've never had one break. Well, that's not true. I had one break when I hit the ground. I hit the ground with the landing gear real hard on one airplane, on a Viper, as a matter of fact, and the spar did break. But I've never had them break because of load. I've had them break because of impact. Remember, you don't want to build these airplanes to crash. You want to build them to fly. So do I think carbon is necessary? Not really. The only reason why I went to carbon doublers is because, and like I said, I think plywood would be fine. I mean, just the glue instead of the plywood and the carbon. I think if you just glued it, it would be just fine. But you come pretty. I'm like a creature of habit. I know that works, so I don't want to build an airplane, experiment with it, and find out it doesn't work. And that carbon method is Randy Smith, and I talked to Randy today, and he's doing okay. Give him a call. He needs to be cheered up. Just say hi. I call him from time to time just to shoot the shit. A lot of you are probably saying, is this worth it? Absolutely. You ever flew a good light airplane, you'd go, why have I been building these lumber wagons for so long? And this one should be in the 40-ounce range, I hope. I hope. Okay, we can start sanding now. Nope, not quite. Not quite. There we go. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Zero. Still at 1.7. It's going to take a lot to get that out of there. See, how much do I got to get off here? I guess I could poke some holes in here. I kind of hate to lighten up the spar here between center line of the wing and the landing gear, because right here is where it takes all the stress. At the wingtips, not so much, unless you stand on it. Unless you stand on it. Here's how you make your wife a fingernail file. Industrial strength. Save yourself some money. Okay, now start sanding. Don't skip this part. And this will take ever how long it takes to do. When I'll listen to the State of the Union and sit in front of the TV and do this. The president's on! I remember as a kid when we had 4 or 3 channels, the president would come on and take up all the whole TV. We'd scream, hey, no good. Now I want to hear what he's got to say. Well, there's one hole close to finish. I mean, we'll get it down to 180 and I'll do around the corners with the Dremel, but it doesn't take too long and you'll have something nobody else has got. I mean, who'd have thought? Go to the hardware store and buy yourself a stick, make yourself an airplane. When I was a kid, my dad said, we used to play a game when we were kids, so he's showing me what he played with. He had a wheel with a T-stick, and he would push the wheel with his T-stick. Dad, this is stupid. Yeah, it was. But during the Depression, they didn't have shit. So that looks good. We're cooking with gas. That's how it's done. You guys got any questions? It ain't rocket science. It's just manual labor. Used to build soapbox derby cars out of orange crates. We'd go to Thrifty Mart, which was a supermarket there, California, and buy orange crates for 10 cents a piece. Take them apart and build cars. Shit, I would bend the nail over and cuss. And my dad would say, "You got to hit it with determination." Very valuable life lessons from Dad. Of course, I didn't think he knew anything back then, but now that I see what's going on, it's quite a bit. This guy's the dumbest guy in the world. Okay. Him and I became pretty good friends later on in life. It took me 60 years to figure out he was pretty smart. Stayed pretty straight. Pretty straight. Okay, what does it say over there? Well, I got a lot of cutting to do on that end. We might get our 2 grams out of it. Not too many people. The top throw with a string, yeah, I can do it. Yep, I can do it. String and a button. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, you get a string, I don't know, 4 foot long, and you have a button, and you put the string on the button, and you put that between your fingers here. The string goes right here. He has a top, a weird looking top with a metal point on it, and you wrap it around it, and you zing it out there and pull it back with the string. All that shit's lost. All that shit is gone. Yeah, that's some rough cutting, all right. But we'll get it sanded. I mean, it looks decent. What, you know, this side we're getting close. I'll get a Dremel, you know, a sanding drum, and clean up the inside corners there where the drill bit cut them. Yeah, well, this gets cut open anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. The last part of this part here will be slit through because the lead outs need to slide through this area. And what holds the end of the spar together is this full rib out on the end. So that needs to get glued on before anything. And then you cut this slot right here. This slot gets cut out right here. And after the wing is together, after, and it's cut off the bench. So you got the top and the bottom rib sets in it. This spar will be sticking through like so. Well, obviously the lead outs can't pass through there. So you reach through the hole with the saw and cut that away, that little spot away, and it'll hold together where it belongs, because this rib is a full rib instead of strip ribs. Yeah. Them Depression boys were no joke. We ate dirt and we loved it. Walked uphill both ways to school 2 miles, to and from, uphill, in the snow with no shoes. 10 below zero. Anyway, I hope you guys are getting the drift on what it takes to build a classic legal light beam wing airplane. Now you could just leave this solid and it'd work. You could build a spar, you could build it out of maple, who cares? But it'd be heavy, and to me, heavy airplanes are not enjoyable to fly. You know, we were talking last night on the forum about Noblers. When I was a kid, green box Nobler was $5.95. McCoy 35 was $5.95. So for $12, you could get an airplane and an engine. So about, let's say on the outside, $20, and you got an airplane with a fuel tank and a paint job and everything, because dope was cheap. $20. Today's money, it's $200, I guess. But I built a bunch of those green box Nobler kits out of the kit using kit wood. I never built one less than 50 ounces. And a 50-ounce doubler is, in my no good. Too heavy. Yeah, it's starting to look good. Everybody was, keeps talking about Fox 35 and Fox 30. I never flew a Fox 35. Flew McCoys. And if I'd have known what I know now about engines, they'd have lasted a lot longer than a month. Because we ran any kind of fuel that we had. Cox glow fuel, missile mist. Didn't matter. And those bearings didn't last long. The bushings. They ran good while they ran, though. Especially the 40. Especially the 40. So in an hour's time, yeah, we're done. Time to go watch the State of the Union. Please like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's we're going to lay up some tanks, some composites. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.